So, we are going to talk about two things. First is High School of the Dead.
No. See my face, see her face.
See your face, yeah. I've seen 3 episodes.
I've seen 1.5, possibly all of 2. I just don't remember it very well. I kind of put it in my save memory for a long time later box in my head because it was kind of...
You see, she watched the English version.
Yes.
On her 1.5. I watched the English version on episode 2, but I watched Japanese on 1 and 3.
And see, at the time when I first started watching anime, my very first complete anime was Death Note, which will be our next one.
Yep.
And I absolutely loved watching it in English. Honestly, I couldn't stand it in Japanese. I was like reading subtitles and watching the show. That's not for me. I have scatterbrain, and I'm going to be focused on the reading and not get the picture or whatever, watching it and everything. So I only watch things in English. So that's the reason why I watched that one in English. If I'd have watched it where I am now, I probably would have started it in Japanese. So, that side note aside.
Basically, like, there's a lot of language in the English version that doesn't appear in the subtitled version at all.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
It does that. Honestly, I think I've rewatched a little bit of Bleach in English, and it didn't have as much. It had a little more cussing in it than it does in the Japanese version.
See,
so
one thing I've realized in watching like various subbed versions and then dubbed versions, or honestly, various subbed versions, because I go to Hulu and YouTube, and if it's not on Hulu or YouTube, I have to explore the internet. And like the various places, like when I watch One Piece, or there was a phase for like 200 episodes where it was a gap on Hulu, and now they're fixing the gap. But there was like, I had to go to these random websites, and there was a lot more cursing there in the subbed version.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, it's just who translates it, I think. But with this, I don't know. They might have just added the language.
I use watchanimeonline.com or something like that. It's usually I'll just type in watch High School of the Dead or Death Note in English or, Japanese online, and it'll give me all these websites, and I'll try them out, and whichever one's faster. I have recently obtained a Crunchyroll account, so it is a friend's who is letting me use it because he doesn't use it often, but you do have to pay for the Crunchyroll account. Otherwise, you only get a 3-minute preview of the episode. So that is one you have to actually pay for. Hulu, you don't have to pay for unless you get the Hulu Plus.
Hulu Plus is an option. Some episodes are like the Plus exclusive.
Yeah.
But regardless of Plus or non-Plus, you do watch ads. If it's like High School of the Dead, you do need an account to say you're over 18 because it's for mature audiences. 18 or 16, I'm not sure, but I had to create an account.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I just watched it without an account, and you can do that. You don't have to create one, but if there's some stuff you do.
Well, that's true. YouTube does that too. If you get a hold of something that they think has content in it not suitable for young kids, they'll ask you your age. And if you have an account, they know your age, so they don't ask you that.
Yeah.
But if you don't, they make you sign in or whatever. So,
yeah.
On another note,
The
High School of the Dead storyline is basically kids in school,
and then
all of a sudden a zombie spreads his zombiness to the rest of the school.
Yep.
And how it starts off is the kids you're getting introduced to some of the kids. The 3 main characters are this guy, I don't know his name. I really don't know any of their names. I don't remember them all.
I don't remember their names. Okay. I'm terrible with names. And
you've got the first character. He's the one with the spiky blue hair.
Blue?
That was blue. Maybe it could be black.
Is he the one that dies?
No, not the one that dies. The main character that winds up with the girl.
He doesn't have blue hair.
I thought he had blue hair. Okay, it's black hair then. And then you have a girl with hair lighter than this, a lot lighter than this, but Takashi.
Takashi's his name.
That's it, Takashi. Okay, I remember now. Okay. Takashi, main character guy, he has 2 best friends, a girl and a guy. When the girl and him were younger, as far as what I gathered, they'd promised each other that they didn't find anyone that they would date. As far as I gathered. I don't know if I'm completely right on that.
They were like
then him and his best friend. Yeah.
But then she grew out of it and went and dated his best friend.
And went and dated his best friend. Well, he's still in love with her, obviously.
Yeah.
And I think she is too from the way that she treats him, but oh well, we'll find out later. Or you can find out later if you want to watch the rest of the series. I'm not probably going to finish it. But
you haven't so far.
No, I haven't. There are bigger fish in the sea.
Yes. So basically, zombies come out, and it's their battle for survival, and they meet other survivors, and they have to get out of the school, and then in the third episode, well, the first episode, we find out they're zombies. In the second episode, we find out it's over the nation and the world. In the third episode,
the battle scene up on the rooftop, that was pretty interesting.
That was interesting.
The main character's best friend gets bit by a zombie, and they finally get up on top of the building and barricade it to where the zombies can't get in after them. And the guy's all like, I'm going to turn into a zombie. And the chick's going crazy.
Because she got
like,
bit, you know.
She's in love with him, and she doesn't want him to die or anything. So he's all like, he looks to his best friend, dude, Takashi. He's all like, dude, kill me before I turn into a zombie. I do not want to turn into a zombie and hurt you guys. Kill me.
Yeah.
So he's going to do it. Well,
she's like, no.
Basic zombie process is if you get bit by a zombie, you're going to die first. Then you come back alive as the undead. Whatever it is. So,
we'll go with that,
if the zombie apocalypse happens, little tip for you guys, and your friends get bit by a zombie, wait till they die before you actually kill them. Because it might be harder to kill them while they're still alive and sane.
Well, he waited until he was, like, actually
That's what I was going to say. That was just my tip for them. I was going to say in the show, he actually did that. He waited, but she got mad at him for even killing him. And I was just like, she thinks he's jealous, and da-da-da-da-da, and bringing up relationship issues, and I'm like, seriously, chick, you guys are in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. I don't think you need to be bringing up relationship issues.
That's what you know. It's all about us, and then the world can end.
Yeah, that's
sort
what
out our
I'm
issues. That's what I learned
Forget
from
it.
High School of the Dead. Yeah. No, it had interesting character development after you stopped watching episode 2, because the pink-haired girl, she's just this a total witch, and she's just like insulting everybody. She's like, I'm smarter than you, and the pink-haired girl, she's a total witch to everybody. She's smarter than them, and she's just insulting everybody. She's just a jerk, and she's like, well, I'm just a nice person. You're like, no, you're not. Just go away. Just die. And then she has this complete mental breakdown at the end of episode 2, and she's actually a human underneath all this front. And
so it's kind of like a more of a slap-in-the-face reality kind of anime. So
Yeah.
it's got a lot of fan service in it, but it's more realistic if you get it. Like the scene with the two chicks running, and they're all like, we're best friends. We're going to be together forever. We're going to get out of this together forever.
Yeah, like, we're going to help each other out.
And then a zombie attacks one of them, drags her down, starts eating her from the legs up, and she grabs her best friend by the ankle, and the other friend's like, get away from me, you witch, and kicks her in the face. And takes off running, and you're just like, whoa, wait a minute, what happened here? You guys have this fantasy.
And then she gets attacked by the zombies too, and she's like, oh my gosh, what have I done? And then you're like, oh.
So either way, they both died. Well, hey, they died together. They got out of it together.
Well,
you know,
I mean,
they're out of it. But
guess.
it's kind of a slap in the face reality type of thing, and you're not really going to be this way. If you're faced in a survival issue, you may actually do anything it takes to survive. Anyway, so that was our thoughts on High School of the Dead. Anything else for you? Because I absolutely loved the art. The sharp eyes, the hair, everything was great. Uniform, typical high school Japanese girl uniform, short mini skirts, button-down, sailor-looking shirt, you know.
Yeah.
But it was just a lot more realistic than any other anime, so.
Yeah.
Watch it at your own discretion.